Welcome one and all to a feminist art production. This privileged female student is going to show us how oppressed she is through performance art. While we wait for her vegan hands to summon the strength to open this can, let's have a look at our audience. Oh, that's right, white hipsters. But there is an Asian man there as well. He's the diversity. You can see the hipsters watch in anticipation. Will she be able to muster the strength to open this can of food? The room full of sickly vegans watch on tenterhooks. Except for the man at the back there, drinking a beer. He's not a hipster. He's come here to try and score. But wait until he sees her performance. The hipsters watch the epic struggle between vegan and can of food in a trance. Will she or won't she? Will she or won't she? The room is deathly silent because the competition between student and inanimate object is too close to call. But eventually, our student does manage to master this can of food. The tension from the crowd is palpable. Will she be able to open the can before she runs out of energy? The crowd watches breathlessly as the can puts up spirited resistance. And for a moment, it appears that the can has won. She can't get into a can of spaghetti. It appears that the battle has been lost. The patriarchy has won, and the oppression continues. But suddenly, she manages to get the can into the position she desired, and begins to open the can of spaghetti. Breathing heavily, our performer comes to the most dangerous part, peeling back the opened lid. Success. One cut would have spelt certain doom for our vegan performer, and the crowd noticeably relaxes. The performer prepares for the next stage of the event, pouring the SpaghettiOs into a pan. The crowd is obviously on the edge of their seats, except for our one non-hipster. The performer now moves into the next phase, the narration.
Dirt is all around us. Everything is shit. We apply meaning, value, and worth to the shit surrounding us. We live by this meaning and by our words. We live by worth and applied value, but everything is shit.
Although they look like they feel that they're being punished for sins from a past life, the crowd are actually completely fascinated with the performance so far. And now we are reaching the crescendo. Yes, our performer is actually cutting a hole in the crotch of her jeans. After smearing her shirt with shit and babbling at her audience like she's been possessed, she is now about to do the most disgusting thing I can imagine. Finger herself until she pisses or leaks or something on the floor, right in front of the hipsters. And yes, they are at once disgusted but somehow fascinated. Except for our chap with the beer, who looks like he doesn't really know what he was expecting, but it certainly wasn't this. That sound is indeed our performer peeing onto the floor in front of her audience. Not satisfied by merely standing there covered in shit and menstrual blood, with piss all over the place, our performer pulls off her shirt and proceeds to mop up the disgusting mess she has created, in what is quite possibly the most vile performance piece I think the world has ever seen. But the question really is, do the hipsters approve? Yes, my good man with the beard and the beer, suddenly I'd like to go too. But it's good. The hipsters are thrilled. That is fantastic. That is the best performance of a woman pissing and menstruating all over a bunch of SpaghettiOs after smearing herself with shit that I or the audience has ever seen. Bravo, my dear. The audience, of course, began to howl like a mob of degenerate baboons after watching a woman debase herself so thoroughly. Well, I think that sums up the feelings that everyone watching this video will have. Yeah, art. Yeah, art indeed.